Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Lord of the Rings, the Third Age walkthrough.
Rohan's horsemen served the steward of Gondor.
Your people are a formidable force on an open field.
I am not of Rohan. My father served Denethor for many years. I once called Minas Tirith my home.
What happened here?
Warg Riders hit one of the refugee columns.
A man and a woman ran here. The woman fell. They huddled here until the end.
Mother. Father.
Come, my lovelies, we may feast again!
Alright, so here's our next boss fight. And this is Sharku. He's not too difficult. I believe his two little cronies here can be slept, although they're super weak, so you very well may just, you know, want to destroy them. And then, then that issue will be taken care of. Obviously they can be feared. I don't remember. I thought that they could be slept as well. I'm not 100% sure on that, but maybe we'll give it a shot. I'm not sure. I don't remember if I actually tried or not. Same typical strategy though. You know, buff yourself up if you feel like you need to. And then kind of just go to town. Sharku has, I believe, a melee immobilization, which can get a little annoying. The good thing is if you've got Idril's either Cleanse Shadow or I think it's Cleansing Waters or something like that, that's one way to get rid of it. Otherwise, if Berethor has Shield of Courage, that'll also wipe out any negative status effects you've got. So, you know, a couple of different, I guess, ways to handle that if you've got it. Otherwise, you may have to rely on items if you don't have any of those abilities. But anyways, let's get haste going here. Other than his paralysis skill, I think it's called is it paralysis of light? I don't know. We'll find out here. I'm pretty sure he uses it on somebody. But other than that, he's nothing really to worry about too much. Just like Grima, you're going to want to bring Morrowind in here to steal. And I kind of forgot to mention that in the last video. Well, not that I forgot to mention you should steal, but in these boss fights, you're going to generally want to steal. Some of them have decent items, or potentially decent items, depending on how you're building. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say about this guy. He's kind of a pushover. Looks like he's immune to, I think he's immune to all the fun stuff. For the most part, from this point on out, most of the bosses are going to be immune to almost everything. There is some exceptions, and we'll point those out, but for the most part, you're not going to really be able to cripple bosses anymore to the point where they don't even get turns, which is probably a good thing. Otherwise, it just gets a little ridiculous, especially now that everybody... Oh, there's a big miss. Especially now that everybody's got, you know, Shadowcraft skills. So, like, literally everyone can, you know, if you want them to, or if you spend the time to do it, literally everybody can get a crippling type ability. And here's the big issue with Sharku is that he is super evasive. So I have quite a bit of troubles here landing anything. Which, I mean, is fine. I mean, in all honesty, I really don't do a whole lot of physical abilities anyway these days, but The one thing that's going to kind of stand out here is, oh, there it is, Paralyzing Flash. Okay. So that's the name of that skill. So, I mean, eventually here I'm going to bring Morrowind in and Steel. And then after that point, that's when I really start to kind of deal the damage. And again, I don't know that fearing these guys over number what's a good idea. I should have just brought Elagast in and used Arrows of Sleep. I'm pretty sure that lands on those two. Obviously, it's not going to work on Sharku, but that wasn't, that wasn't what I was going for anyway. I just wanted to keep these guys locked down. But now I've used a ton of turns. What is that? 4 turns now total on Fear. Whereas I could have just used Arrows of Sleep once, and it would have, essentially done the same thing. And obviously with Lingering Sleep, I wouldn't have to recast on them. So, I don't know. I guess the good thing about Fear is you still can damage them, and it's not like it's gonna, like wake them up. So there's no real, detriment then to using any type of like damaging abilities, because they'll still be feared after. So there's that, I suppose. Okay, I really don't know why I'm messing around with this guy. I'm just using abilities that I really don't understand why. Okay, well, I don't know. So I guess this would be an okay time to start speaking a little bit about Eoden. I guess, actually in the previous video I mentioned or spoke about him a little bit. Here we finally bring in Morrowind. If I remember right, I miss a couple of times on the Steel, which is unfortunate, but that is just the way it goes. Anyways, with Eoden there, I really, I'm pretty sure I did a pretty good job of stressing the importance of going down the spirit tree, or my recommendations. It's just, you just get so many good spirit powers. One of them is Shatter Armor. Obviously, just like the rest of the skills in the game, it's going to reduce the enemy's armor. I don't know how it stacks up, though, against, like, Hadhod. So, Hadhod's Hue Armor spell is better than Barathor's, is it Shattering Strike or whatever. But again, no, I don't know how Eoden's Shatter Armor stacks up to those two. I'm assuming it's better, but I don't know 100% sure, so I'll have to, maybe I'll have to do a little test after this. Get a concrete answer for you. But anyways, alright, so I did get a successful steal there. I thought I had missed a couple attempts, but I guess not. I don't know, whatever. So hopefully I start bringing the pain here. But anyways, I would again definitely recommend going down the spirit tree with Eoden and just giving it a shot, because I think it'll really pay off for you. Especially if you start giving him some elf stones of spirit enhancement, whether it be the cracked one or soon-ish we will get an upgraded version. Obviously, the cracked one is, and I think I mentioned it in one of the other videos, but the cracked elf stone of spirit enhancement doubles the damage of any type of spirit ability you would be using. And again, if you need more of them, I think you do the evil mode for, it's either west or it's east Moria. I can't remember which one. I feel like it's east. But anyways, if that's something that you feel like you need, go ahead. Again, it's interesting that cracked spirit stone can actually literally help everyone in the party, in one way or another. Barathor, obviously, Barathor actually doesn't have any natural bleeds unless I think you count his, what is it? He's got that one blade that that will do damage over time. I forget which one it is. He may actually have multiple ones. Anyways, he doesn't actually have any natural damaging over time abilities, but he does have, obviously, if you teach him, you know, magical abilities with theirs. That took care of those two. I should have just done that right away. Anyways, you know, if you teach him some of the abilities from the Shadowcraft tree, namely Wheel of Fire, and then also there's, I guess, Suffocate Evil kind of counts as well. But that's with the Elfstone of Pure Light. But anyways, like I said, literally everybody can, in some form or another, get benefit from that cracked Elfstone of Spirit Enhancement. So again, you know, I don't know. In my opinion, that's one of the best Elfstones to equip. It does have some drawbacks. I believe it nerfs your HP as well as your AP just a little bit. But not really something that I feel like we need to worry that much about. And I feel like it's worth the drawbacks, depending on, you know, how you've built.
Sanctuary. This dwarf longs for the feel of solid rock underfoot, the smell of fresh meat on the fire, and a stiff drink.
Well, my friend, it has been a long road. But perhaps here, we shall realize what you have sought.
My people have long thought this the stronghold of Rohan. Now I am not so sure.
We have no choice. This is where we make our stand.
I will welcome death here, and I shall return the favor, manyfold.
The gates have closed! What is your business here?
This is the business of the king.
I shall allow it! Open the gates!
You know the watchwords. You are of his court.
Alright, so here we have finally arrived at Helm's Deep. And, excuse me. This, I'll be honest, I think that this is one of the best areas in the game to level. It's got some unique battles as well as some just kind of interesting stuff here. And, you know, I'll point that out once we actually get to it. I believe the rest of this video is mostly going to be exploring Helm's Deep and obtaining the treasures, as well as maybe completing a couple of the quests in the area. I don't believe that there is any fighting in the rest of this, although I may take care of the Rohan evil mode. And here's an interesting thing. So the boiled leather greaves that we just got from the previous battle is complete garbage. We've got way better greaves for Hadhod way back in Moria. And this is the Rohirrim Brooch of Might. That's what we stole off of Sharku. So obviously that is a very, very much a physical damage-oriented item. Tons of strength, tons of dexterity. It's actually a really good item for him. And then the Shield of Kings here. Obviously we'll add that to our stack of completely ugly looking shields for Barathor. And what I get there, another sword, or a new sword for Idriel, and that's a pretty decent little upgrade. Not that I'll really be taking advantage of it much, but you know what, that's okay. If you're going on more of a, you know, sword craft oriented Idriel, then that'll come in handy. Let's save the game again. I think I'm going to do the evil mode for Rohan here, but we'll see. I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, let's find out. I sure would suspect that I did. Normally tried to take care of those right away. Yep, that sure looks like what we're gonna do. And the Rohan evil mode's alright if I remember correctly. So let's see here. Oh, and I did save my game. There was some Interesting info that I was looking at. So actually, I found the Prima guide for this game online, which, by the way, it's okay. It's but it's got a lot of mistakes in it, which is why it actually kind of sucks. But it's got a certain shield listed for Barathor for the whatchamacallit, the Sharku fight, and it's actually not right. So again, there was one shield again, and I mentioned it a little bit way back when we were doing East Emnet Gully's evil mode, but you can see Barathor is equipped with a shield, and I don't believe that they actually put it in the game, or it wasn't actually obtainable by players. Again, I'm not really sure why they did that, if it was an oversight, who really knows, but I don't believe it's actually in the game. It was listed, though, as a reward from the Sharku battle, but you don't get it. The Sharku battle, actually, the only reward you get is the shield, that god-awful, ugly yellow shield. Anyways, gosh, let's get to this evil mode stuff here. What do we have here? Okay, so this guy's got Foul Sleep. That actually could come in handy, I suppose, if you needed it, but I don't know. This fight is actually... Oh, I did use it. I used it on Idril. Yeah, okay, so good call. I guess I slept Idril so she couldn't heal. And then, then I just killed off her buddies one by one. So, yeah, good strategy. Other than that, nothing else really fancy about this fight. You can't really do a whole lot. Orc Bash, nice. I guess the Orc Chief there isn't going to do much damage with his spirit powers to Idril because she does have such good shadow defense. So I guess that Orc Bash may not be the worst thing ever. Other than that, take him down. These guys are pretty easy. And then here's the bridge fight. I would suggest taking down... Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Maybe this wasn't the best choice. I would say either Elagast here, take him down first, or take down Morwen because she's so weak. She's just got a really, really low HP total, so it's easy to take her down fast. And she can put out some pretty decent damage. So, I don't know. Again, actually, I guess if I was to do this again, I would probably take down Morwen first. And then worry about Elagast second. And as always, the dwarf, take him down last. Just because he's so tanky. Although somewhere in the middle of the fight here probably wouldn't be the worst idea to get a grave wounds on the dwarf, no, Hadhad, because it'll do, you know, decent damage over time. Eat it. Otherwise, I mean, you can just do straight focus like I guess I did here. That's usually not a bad idea either. I don't really know. Let's see here if I did a Blood Strike or not. I'm trying to remember what the difference between the two abilities really is. Alright, that Orc Vet took one for the team. Poor guy. I think this is... I don't know how many shots left he's going to be able to take here. Wow, okay. Alright, well, I guess that's that. Next. Alright, so here's the Wormtongue fight. I don't know. These guys are pretty easy. It's the same old, you know, just take down... Oh, Scent of Flesh. Unleash the Uruk-hai Blood Frenzy. So in one of the other videos, I was like, hey, I don't know what Scent of Flesh does, and now I still don't know what it does. Unleashes the Uruk-hai Blood Frenzy. So, maybe a haste buff? Or maybe a damage buff? I'm not sure. I guess, if I would have been paying attention to the battle over there, I would have been able to tell you there if it was a haste. Alright, so I backed up the video just a little bit to check the battle order. It doesn't look like it's a haste. Nobody moved around in the battle order at all, so I don't know. Seems to me that it's not a haste. It's probably just a damage buff. But anyways, Uruk Lance is going to add a damage over time, obviously, just like the, if they were to, whatever. If we were on the flip side of the coin. Let's see here. So Grimma's got Black Speech, so that's the big multi-target damaging ability, fairly decent. Otherwise, you can rob their AP. I don't know how much or how useful that is. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough call. And then there's the... Oh, that's right. He's got the, basically the skill, or the silence, the spirit silence, or spirit immobilization. So that's not a bad skill to use on Idril. Just make it so that she can't cast. And, yeah, I mean, that's really it. The Black Speech is just pretty insane. So unless Grimma gets focused down, like, right away, that fight's extremely easy. Yeah, actually, Grimma didn't even get touched there, did he? And then here we've got the Sharku fight. Same old, obviously, same skills that, he uses on us. I'm trying to think here. I guess it may not be a bad idea to use Paralyzing Flash on... Okay, it says paralyzes a foe in their tracks. I wonder if this is ranged immobilization too. Let's see here. We'll see if Elagos gets to take any turns here. I'm really curious now, because that could be better than I thought. I thought it was only a physical or a melee immobilization. So let's see here. I don't know if that's worth using on anybody else, to be honest. Maybe Aedan? Yeah, maybe. Okay, so he's using Kingfoil Grace. That's a spirit type ability, so that Flash of Light may be stopping him from using all of his bow, or like his, damage dealing skills. So, I don't know. We'll see. I think if I remember right, he's going to use Kingfoil Grace again. So that very well, it very well may. It may just stop him from using any of his damaging abilities, which is, pretty awesome. Unfortunately, though, you're going to have to deal with the heal from Kingfoil Grace, but it's pretty weak. So as long as you're focusing well, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So, probably a good idea. I really don't know, though, with Aedan, if it's worth using that Flash of Light. His really dangerous spirit power is his drain health. Not only does it deal damage to you, but it's going to heal him. So that's... well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Because he's going down. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm thinking Paralyzing Flash was a good ability to use on Elagos. I think I'm gonna recommend just skipping it on everybody else. And just make sure you're focusing. That should be good enough to take everybody down. Alright, so Barathor's got a scimitar. We got another weapon for Aedan as well. And then, I don't know, was that a cracked elfstone of something? Probably something that I won't equip. Cracked elfstone of something that I won't equip. There's a name for you, huh? Alright. Wow, yeah, so that evil mode took up a little bit of time there. So actually I think what we'll do here is probably... I'm betting I just load up the game and then check on these new items. And that'll probably be the end of this video. So the next one will actually be the exploration of Helm's Deep. And probably, finishing up a couple of the quests here. But let's take a look here. Alright, so the Easterling Steel Scimitar. I don't remember if this one has it's not Biting Blade, I think it's Weeping Blade. That's the damage over time type ability. I don't remember which one of his swords have that skill on it or not. to be honest, I just don't use those. I don't think for once I use that, but it very well may activate on counterattacks though too. I know he's got another type of blade that, it's called biting blade, and that actually it just steals HP from your target and gives it to him. It's actually it's crazy. It's really awesome, but we don't have that yet. But anyway, so Weeping Blade, again, I'm not 100% sure if it activates on counterattacks or not, but if it does, it could be pretty good. So yeah, I guess we'll leave it at that. Again, I'm not 100% sure if that blade that we just got has it or not. But anyways, I gotta cut this here, so like, comment, subscribe, whatever you guys want to do. Hope these guides are helpful though, and hope you join me for more. Alright, thanks for watching.